Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing God of War Ragnarok. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. So today we're entering Valhalla for the first time, but before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. So when I heard that there was going to be a DLC for God of War Ragnarok, I said, I'm all in. Because I enjoyed the previous God of War and God of War Ragnarok. Both of the ones that include Atreus. I think they did a really good job keeping it in the spirit of God of War, plus expounding on it, extrapolating on the ideas from the original. So I think they did a really good job. And then going into Valhalla, this DLC is kind of bringing into the story, like, what is Mimir and Kratos doing after the end of the story. So after you finish God of War Ragnarok, you kind of have the end of the story, or an end point of the story, and then you say, maybe some people were like, well, what's Kratos gonna do after that? Apparently this is what he's gonna do. So the first step here is getting to the shore of Valhalla. How they know where it's at, I can only guess. Oh, and look at that. Just like that. All the hours that you put into upgrading everything, and it's over. It's over. You're back to basic Kratos. Something's happening. Yeah, something's happening, alright. And it has been a while since I've played God of War Ragnarok, so yes, a refresher of controls and concepts is more than welcome. It took, how many hours to kind of get down the pattern and whatnot. So you can see all the upgrades disappear from the weapons and the armor. Just back to kind of basic everything. Everything seems to still work the same way, but obviously health and rage meter or capacity is not maximum. It is very, very small. Just looking around here, seeing kind of what's going on. We still have our 3 weapons. We still have our rage itself. And here we are at the door. Something above the door. Some runes. Either a magic seal or something. It's locked, so we should just leave. Oh well, we tried. To be one's own master. Master thyself. Alright. Doing things the Kratos way. We're going to force our way into Valhalla. There we go. Alright, lower realms. Something's wrong. I feel weaker. Even weaker than before. Oh, look at that. The rage is completely gone. And no shield. Man, that's brutal. Over the edge. That's what you get.
Not the sort of foes I expected to encounter here. Curious. Seems it's the way of
Alright, so...
your choice.
Oh yeah, you can see our HP, our defense, runic, cooldown, vitality, like all like down to the minimum. So now we have to choose our path. Path of the axe or path of the spear. So we're gonna have to lean into one particular weapon, it looks like. So I'm sure you know, but Valhalla is a roguelike experience. So unlike the rest of God of War Ragnarok, you go through a loop and then you kind of lose everything and then you have to start over. So each time we come through Valhalla, we have to more or less start over. I think there's probably going to be some things that we can upgrade so that it's not so debilitating every time, you know, your first encounter in Valhalla. I mean, we're doing okay, but far from the God of War, the pinnacle God of War experience. Alright, so we've got 2 heavy runic attacks to choose from. Like, I certainly have my favorites. I don't know about you guys, what your favorites are. Certain ones are, I like better. There's certain ones that I like better, and I think I kind of went between 2. Yeah, shield won't open. 2. I think there were 2. Like I said, it has been a hot minute since I've played God of War Ragnarok.
Not permitted that way, it seems.
Huh.
No way to try and open.
Locked. So something that we'll be able to unlock at some point. That's the door we came in. Can't go back. Can only go forward.
Rocket of Asgard. Nothing unreal about it, though. At least this part seems peaceful. Have a look
So
around.
we're in a Asgardian section of Valhalla. Either it is just part of Valhalla that looks like Asgard, or it is part of Asgard that's in Valhalla. We don't know. Part of starting this adventure is kind of the unknown. Kind of like when we started Ragnarok. We knew some things, but we didn't know the whole story. And we didn't know the whole story until the end. And this is
Is that really what you think?
supposed to feel like a mini campaign. So even if you don't like the roguelike experience, this could still be interesting because of the plot line that is encased in it. Alright, just looking around, seeing what we can see. There's a door, and then there's a few more things to look at. It's almost like a little fire pit, but there's some... It looks like that cedar poison. Oh, another way to go. Every time I look this way or that, all of a sudden there's like another avenue to check out. There's a door, but it's closed. Looks like that's a lock. I don't know that there's anything down there. We'll hop down. Yeah. Nothing there. The bridge is out. And it's one of those locked cedar magic locks or whatever. You can't necessarily tell that it's locked from a distance just by glancing at it. Alright, so we'll go through the door and see what's going on here. Oop! Enemies. Bigger enemies. Oh man, these shielded enemies. There we go. Doing okay. Oh, there's multiple too. Well, that's not going to do me any good. I can't use my shield. Ooh. Oh, man. Like, right off the bat. These Asgardians are going to clean my clock. Behind you. Especially that one guy. The heavy. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. Woo! On the edge. On the edge. Man, I can't even do any damage, it seems like. Woo! Oh, he got me. So we went down, and now we are... Oh, there we go. We're back outside. The roguelike experience.
Valhalla without even talking to us first?
Nice to see you too, milady.
It was a personal matter that would not take you from your duties.
You breached Valhalla. Consider
Talk to
it
Freya and the Valkyries here.
secret.
Entrance is secret. Who told you?
Nailed to a door 3 days ago.
Ah, okay. So we got an invitation
Heroes of Sparta
to
are hereby invited to a challenge.
invited to a challenge.
Face the past, face the future.
Face the past to face the
That's
future.
what Valhalla masters
Interesting. So nobody knew that Kratos and Mimir was off to Valhalla.
no signature.
And then directions, but no signature.
Odin and us. It's likely a trap.
Odin and us, likely a trap.
You're thinking of going back in.
He's not thinking of going back in. He would go back in.
Definitely intrude on your personal matter. Besides, I can't. Unlike the two of you, I've never done
Oh, the shade. I can't go into Valhalla because I haven't died like you guys. Kratos and Mimir.
the memories of those who went
Like,
there.
you
You're no
two schmucks have died and I have not. So good luck with that.
back in.
How did you even get past the gate?
I forced it open.
Freya's still looking as regal as ever.
He forced it open.
There's an easier way if you insist.
Valhalla hasn't stripped her of anything, nor the Valkyries.
Maybe later we can continue with that one conversation.
For once, Mimir. I think you said enough.
Oof. Sigrun and Mimir having a little spat, it looks like.
And the other matter
At least we don't have to fight the Valkyries.
thinking.
On the other matter, Kratos a few words.
Guess I'll let you think.
Alright, so Freya is going to give him some space. Say, figure your stuff out. Well, if it wasn't the Valkyries or Freya who gave the invitation, then it was someone else. Odin, man, that would be a kick in the pants. Choose a shield. Oh, nice. We can get a shield now. And rage. Oh, here we go. Here I'm like, I tried to get it. There we go. We can choose from our different shields. All the shields that we've gathered over the course of playing God of War Ragnarok. Most of the time, like 90% of the time, I think I use the Dauntless shield. Which is higher risk, higher reward. You tap it for the parry and then bash him good. Alright, so here we go. We got Fury, Valor, and Wrath, which is all the three rage options that we unlocked. Fury, of course, is the OG.
Speak to you of Valhalla's rules and its values.
And the other two are health and then doing a single attack. Alright, so now we need to talk to... get some background, I guess. It's not about overcoming obstacles, it's about the way you overcome them.
We can guide you down a path. Valhalla will be the judge of your paths.
And Valhalla will judge.
What have you to say?
Valhalla seeks to
What do you have to say?
To fully master yourself,
Balance.
you can't rely on only your most familiar tactics.
Yeah, so we got to branch out.
It's appropriate to the situation.
Of course, but varying your approach will demonstrate to Valhalla
Varying
of your abilities.
our attacks. So I think that is saying using different shields and rage and weapons.
Step up to the
I think that's what it's saying.
Luna, with me.
All right, now they're gonna open the door for us so we aren't barging in like a couple of raiders. Nice.
Now you can enter Valhalla
Head toward the light.
without suffering the penalty of breaching.
The penalty of breaching. There we go. Now we've got a little bit more health than we did last time, and we've got rage and a shield. So we've got all that.
Thank
So
you,
good,
Sophie.
good, good.
All right, let's try this whole thing again.
And we'll take these guys down pretty easily. Just charging up the axe, throwing it, swapping. Oop. There we go. Finisher. And we only have one guy left. He's almost down, and we're done. Easy peasy. Go back to the chest
New attempt.
and choose a weapon glyph. So this time around we got a spear and blades. So instead of the axe we have to choose either the spear or the blades, and based on the perk, whatever your playstyle is, you're going to choose the weapon that corresponds to that perk that aligns with your playstyle. Alright, so on to the next one. So far it is more or less the same as what we had the last time, except obviously with more in our arsenal than we had for super basic Kratos moves before, and now we actually have
Mimir, what is the odds between you and Sigmund?
at least our
I wouldn't say she's angry with me. Very
basics intact. Alright, so this time around, instead of a heavy runic, we got a light runic, thrust of 1,000 soldiers, and artillery of the ancients. I did like the thrust of 1,000 soldiers. I like that one. Good against bosses and stuff like that. Assuming that you can time it where you're not going to get pinged. Alright, so there's... Now we've been here. We were here this time around. We're getting some fleeting echoes and mastery seals. Currency. Both, and then this door is still here. So everything is more or less the same as what we had before. Okay, so these guys are different. Instead of Asgards, we have... these cedar worshippers. I don't remember their name. Nice, Perry. Man, I do like sticking people with the spear and then blowing them all up. That was one of my favorite things to do. Ooh, I'm glad that stuck to him. I thought for a second there that, ooh, good one, good one. Good parry. Yeah, parries also jump up the stun meter. Ah, there we go. I knew there was a guy around here somewhere that was... Boom, 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 and he's down. There we go. Look at that. We got 81 fleeting echoes for a total of 172. Now, the fleeting echoes only last during your run, so it's something to... You use it or you lose it. Alright, so we got 2 weapon glyphs, Detonator's Might, which plays right into how I like to throw spears at everyone, so it's perfect. Just kind of look around real quick, make sure we're not missing anything. And move on. Now this is the very, very beginning of Valhalla. If you couldn't figure that out or were assuming otherwise. There's some jars.
How's that, brother?
Freya is known to the realms.
Let's see. I see this red chest and I want to go over to it, but it's locked.
Shared power is best for the people.
So that's not going to happen. I kind of feel like I should be able to go up the hill.
Why make her wield it alone? Without Odin, the realms have a chance to forge a new peace. When conflicts do arise and can't be talked through, the god of war ensures those conflicts have rules and
Alright, and just like that, Detonator's Might.
and judgment and credibility across the realms.
You have a luck chance of getting Detonator's Might whenever you don't even have to hit anyone with your spear as long as you're detonating a spear. Alright, so we can get minor health burst, minor rage burst. And we can stop or suspend our run at one of these and go back to the menu. That's nice. Upgrade our weapon, our runic attack, if we have enough fleeting echoes to do so. Mastery seal. I was expecting to get fleeting echoes. So mastery seals obviously must be a different currency, something that's going to stick around because we didn't get hardly any. And there's that cedar poison campfire again. Alright, that's... Yeah, I didn't go down here. Even though it's relative, all these little pockets are relatively small, but there's a lot to kind of explore around, even if you can't, at least at this point, get to all of it. Alright, we got enemies this time around. Oh, that was cheap. Attack from the side. Oh, there we go. Saw you trying to sneak in from the side that time. Only to be stabbed in the back. Ooh, we got Detonator's Might from that. Oop, back up. There we go. That would have been poison. So we lost some life there, but we got it back. So that's not a big deal. And a chest and a door. So take out the enemies. We got some fleeting echoes from it. And then we got some of our health back. So I wonder if each of these little pockets of enemies have health. So even if you do get hit a couple times, it's not a big deal.
I have done and will do my part to fight for peace, regardless of title, regardless of whether I sit in authority.
You know as well as I do there's power in words, oaths. The people need to know you're committed.
And as we're going along,
And to yourself.
we're getting some dialogue. That was one of the best things about going around, like in the boat
Understand you've got this
and just traveling around. All of a sudden, Kratos and Mimir or Atreus, they start talking amongst themselves, and it's not even necessarily related to what's going on
Over and over again that
or
you're
that we know of.
anymore.
It's not related that we know of. Yeah, there it is again. Like at the mountaintop. Alright, so another door. We're up to 444 fleeting echoes. That seems like a lot. Probably not. Oh, some more enemies. Caught you unaware. Get every single one and explode them. Get these guys before they can jump up here. Yeah, get that full stack. Get the full stack of spears. Oop. Let's... Oh, there we go. Well, it's good that we started attacking the heavy right off the bat. And then we've got a couple guys
Incoming! Above you!
that are just tossing fireballs or whatever. Where's that guy at? I saw the arrow, but I don't see him. Ah, there we go. He kind of moved to the side. Bam! Get projectiled. Alright, and that was it. So kind of look around once again, maybe, if you want, or just move on. Yeah, we'll look real quick. Ah, look at that. Health. So now I think we're at full health, or we're very, very close. So it's cool just to kind of see getting back into the rhythm of combat with a different...
Path we seek. A way up and forward.
A way up and forward.
Inner reaches. I can
Oh, there we go. It's telling us where we need to go.
Valhalla madness. At least it's good to see you in action again.
It's good to see you in action again. Not just sitting around
Wonder after your well-being.
drinking mead and talking about how Atreus used to look up to you. Or whatever. Whatever Kratos would talk about. What would he talk about with Mimir? Ooh, look at that. A throne. Oh, and someone's talking from beyond the shadow. The debt. I won't forget the debt I owe you.
This still
And they're talking about him when he's not there.
Back outside, but we
We're back outside, but we didn't, well, you know.
go. Valhalla's decision.
Sometimes you reach as far as you can go.
Does this mean you're
Valhalla's decision or yours.
discover who invited me.
Don't know who sent the invitation yet, but we're going to find out.
dying for?
Maybe on the other end of that mysterious voice.
point.
Don't be fooled.
Very accustomed to
Valhalla
dying.
restores you after honorable death in combat, but beyond
After honorable death in combat.
And if you don't play by them, Kratos, the threat of death in there is real.
Threat of death is real.
If by good, you mean wildly disconcerting.
I do wish you luck. Truly.
Alright, so done with the first, I don't know, first part of however many parts of the main thrust of this DLC there are. Got the boat, Sigrun and Freya. Yeah, sometimes if you're not right on top of them, they don't. that little marker doesn't show up for talking. So we got this tablet.
Do these tasks, return here for a
Do
reward.
these tasks, return here for a reward. So it's a labor marker, and we do the labors, and then we come back to the marker, and then we get whatever reward. Oh, look at that. Spirit seal and mastery seal. Well, we've gotten a couple mastery seals. Alright, so going over here, all of a sudden it's a little bit more filled out than before. Oh good, we can change our appearance. But it's cosmetic only. We got a couple of them at least. So we don't have to bear with the basic Kratos for very long. Pretty quickly after starting the Valhalla questline, we get the option to change our armor and our weapons. I assume the weapons. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll ping off all the new stuff and then go back to the Enlightenment. I think we'll just go with a set. There we go. So more than just the basic. The different knobs, I remember, gave you different perks depending on which one you had. But this is purely cosmetic. So we'll go ahead and get our appearance squared away and then go from there. Alright, we got our cosmetics all taken care of, at least for the moment, as it appears that there's a lot of different cosmetics that we can unlock. At least the armor, and probably armor upgrades, cosmetic upgrades I should say, and weapon upgrades.
These could really help you in there.
Here we go. So using these mastery seals, we get a permanent increase to our health and our rage. And there's 9 upgrades. We need mastery seals. We need lots and lots of mastery seals. And then also it looked like divine triumphs as we go along. Okay, and then we can also, at least to some point, increase our strength and defense and runic and cooldown, vitality, and luck. But we don't have nearly enough mastery seals to do all that. So that's where the old loop comes in. As we go along, we get more and more. Okay, so there's one that they steer you towards, and if you use it, you get more seals on your run. So you don't have to, but if you do, then you get a little bit more out of the run through Valhalla than you would have otherwise. Like the Stonewall Shield, I'm not real crazy about. But I'll use it. Alright, into the breach. Alright, just like the last 2 times, looks almost exactly the same. Looks like we have Asgardians this time around, but otherwise, 2 enemies plus a chest, and we can take the safe road. Just ping these guys. Take them down. If we leave one of them alone, then the other will attack, so it's best to continue to alternate attacks between the two so that one doesn't start running up to you. So now we got either Frost Resolve or Rising Chaos. We'll go with the axe this time around. I can only assume once we get the main campaign done that we'll have more opportunity to access all the weapons. So although we can use any weapon that we want, we won't have any perks for the other two. So hopefully at some point we'll get the opportunity to use multiple weapons, because sometimes the axe is the best one to use, sometimes it's not. Alright, Mists of Helheim or Fog of Fimbulwinter. I'm not really preferential to either of these two. 150-second cooldown, that means that you can only use it once every almost 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, so hopefully not something that we need to use that often, because we won't be able to. How about that? Got a couple of giant-sized statues. Alright. I recognize them. Judges of the Underworld from Greece.
Souls they deemed righteous were granted entrance to the Elysian fields. Those deemed wicked were cast into Tartarus.
Yep.
Ah, yes. For the souls of the damned were tortured. Why is your mind managed?
Elysium Fields or Tartarus. But that wasn't everything. And everything was in the realm of Hades. So it wasn't even like there were separate locations, but there were separate locations within a realm. If you were in Tartarus, you were in trouble. But then there were other people that were just in basically like Gen Pop of Hades realm, and then there's like the upper crust people in the Elysium Fields. Oop. That guy's got like a burning. Trying to get this guy out of my way. Oh, there's another one. Here I was like, oop, get out of the way. Oh, he took damage. Nice. There we go. Get rid of that guy. Get rid of this guy. See if we can do some damage. Ooh, look at that. That was nice. Oop, and a couple more guys coming out of the woodwork. There, when you use the runic attack, we'll likely have time for it to cool down. Blessing of a runic on any last second of aid, or hold L2 for several seconds to buff your ranged attack. It's like, I don't really know anyone that holds the aim attack for that long.
Brother, whose voice was that we heard when Valhalla sent us back from the throne?
Yeah, whose voice was it?
Aye. Said he owes you a debt, was it? Someone who might lend us a hand, perhaps?
Unlikely. Even we did not part on the terms.
Oh,
And by that you mean...
a Greek god.
Yes, I see. No shortage of bitter old ghosts in these parts. These parts being your memory, of course.
Yeah, just about all the Greek gods met an untimely end by Kratos' hand. Can upgrade Mists of Helheim. It's kind of like, yeah, why not? We've got it. We're not likely to get another runic attack. check around here and continue on. So we'll see what else there is to see here. I won't talk for the whole time, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
On your left! Brother, that throne we saw, did you recognize it? Was it familiar?
It was mine. The throne I took from Ares. It is a throne of monsters.
Ah, the anxiety of power made manifest. A symbol you're no doubt meant to consider.
It is a symbol I reject.
That might not quite close the book on matters. A symbol can't be slain, destroyed, or ignored. The best measure is often to reclaim it, redefine it. Remind us it's not the throne, but the god who sits in it. is locked until we meet Valhalla's demands. Right side, incoming! Above you, brother! Two fights in a row now. Valhalla's demands are escalating. Another nightmare! To the left! Behind you! Watch out! Another nightmare! To the left! Right side, brother!
Valhalla chose an enemy to face me. I sense there are more challengers like it to find. That is how we earn our way forward.
Pass should be unlocked now, shall we? Congratulations, old friend. You really are going places in Valhalla.
Where's Mimir?
Is that really all you have to say to me? After all this time, can't muster up so much as hello for one of your most auspicious victims?
Hello, Helios. Where is Mimir?
How should I know? Why don't we go look for him?
PlayStation